Hi everybody, it's June Angel Pews. Right, I'm videoing from a completely different position. So I'm just going to sit myself down and see how we go. If it's a mess, I'm sorry, but it's a real test, I think, this. Whew. You can probably hear I've been having some problems again. But I'll be alright once I settle down for a minute or two. Whew. Right. So, just a short video. As I said, this is really a test. And I just thought I'll show you some magazines that I've just got, all to do with colouring. And I just thought I'll pick out, because I've always had purchased and used over the years colouring books of some description. Doodling really I started with. This, by the way, is here. This is a nice little basket of eggs. This was Mum's, and I've put it there so I don't move things around and won't move them out of my camera, because where the camera's positioned, and I've tried all sorts, I've got into some very awkward positions. If I can leave that there, and if I can leave the bottom book here, you should be able to see. So, yes, Somerset Studio. I saw these. I use for when I buy craft things, which is not very often these days on, real crafty supplies. I get from Rainbow Silks. And I first saw these advertised on their newsletter. So that's where I got these from. And was that the first one or that was the second one? I haven't got my glasses on. To be honest, the glasses are not a lot of good now. I have to use... Oh, I'm a dozy Rosie. I should have brought it with me. I have to use a magnifying glass, which actually the one I'm using is my granddad's. So it's many, 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 many years old. Antique. Oh, I'm saying that. The one I use is my granddad's, that's right. But I also use another one which has a chip out of it and some dents, etc. I must show it you, so you can see what I mean. And that I got from the convent, that I'm always telling you about, in Derbyshire, in Belper, in Derbyshire. And it was a little bit of a chip out of it and lots of dents, because I think one of the old dears that used to try and attract attention used to bash it up and down. So anyway, that's an aside. I don't know why I told you that, but I'll show you next time. Yes, so the Colouring Studio, fairly new magazines, I'm presuming, and they're from Stampington and Company. And the website is thecolouring-studio.com. 110 plus pages of colouring inspiration. The reason I thought I'd show you the few that I've got a lot more than these that I'm actually giving away at the moment to one of the local schools. And they're not the quality that I would use at all. In fact, I might just, before I get rid of them, I might just flick through them with you so you know, and I'll give you the reason why I don't like them, perhaps. One in particular, one of the first ones that was sort of widely advertised, the paper quality was abysmal. and whatever pens, markers, whatever you used bled through to the other page. So I will show you them because, you know, it's a good tip if you've not been into them before. Anyway, back to the colouring studio. And when I sort of reviewed what I do, if I see anything advertised that I thought I sort of think it's okay, I go onto Google and I would, for instance, put in review the colouring studios or review Somerset Studio, the colouring studio, and then I get a good idea what's inside and what's it all about. I don't like plain white pages with black pictures on, you know, plain pictures, if you know what I mean. No insert there, puts me off. So anyway, I went on and I thought, yes, I'm going to get these. It seems very good. So I'm not going to flick through every page because it'll take forever. I'm just giving you a rough idea why I like these. So you've got this book belongs to, you start straight away, I'll turn it that way a bit, and colour straight away onto the cover and obviously onto the book belongs to. Then there's the usual pre-bits, and then we start with the pages. There's a welcome from the editor there, some couple more pages, there's your index, and then it shows you, and this is what I like. There's a project, and there's the completed project. That's what I want. This is a seed, it's called Seed Pod Riot. Fabulous. And so it goes on. They're not all the same, you know, there's a big difference. And this is, obviously, a lot of these images are from other books. This is one called The Lost Ocean. I think this is the same, it's in the same group as the one that I didn't like. But that was the first printing, so they might have got it all right now, I don't know. And fabulous whale, look. Wouldn't that be brilliant? I hope you can see that. Wouldn't that be brilliant to colour? Okay. An inky adventure. So they're, you know, sort of showing you what the creative process is and how long will it take you to do it, etc. And so it goes through. And as I say, more colour pages, psychology of colour. I mean, I think colour as a subject could be a blooming university subject in itself. You know, the basic colours, the mixing of colours, the secondary colours, the tertiary colours, whatever. Minefield. Modern images, lovely Paisley. Love Paisley. This is colouring on Sculpey and polymer clays. Our completed our project, and you see how they're suggesting what to do with your project. Oh, I'm hoping you're seeing this. As I say, I can't see my camera, so it is really a big test, this. So, see what I mean? Look at that. So it's suggesting that you colour it in that way and give it a background, etc. Don't have to do that, but it's just this suggestion, and that's what I need. I've got onto these because, you know, I'm not so good as I was, and I'm spending a lot more time in bed and on my bed than I ever used to. So I thought I'm going to get drawing and do. Not that I'm a drawer, I can't draw to save my life. I can copy, you know, the drawing of a cottage, for example, or a building, or a tree, or something like that. But I can't do it myself. Doodling, I love doodling. Completed a project again. A little bird told me. Just a brilliant book. It's not cheap. There, look at that owl. As I say, I hope you can see that. Isn't it fabulous? Yeah. I'll show you how much it is in a minute, because I can't remember off the top of my head. But money's no object to me if I get something that I really love and enjoy doing. And things like this, you could frame, you can do all sorts with. Did you miss the first issue? Yes, I have. So whether I get that, I don't know. But there's the sort of modern crowned princess. And then those wide-eyed dolls, as I call them. I mean, these are obviously made, printed and everything else in the States. You can submit your own drawings, by the way. Pinterest, they're on Pinterest. Look at that feather! Isn't it gorgeous? Another image right on the back page. Okay, so let me see the colouring studio. Now it's got here, I can just about see, there's no, it's $14.99. So I guess here that would have been about £12, around about that. So that's that one. Okay. Number 2 that I got, and that is Autumn 16, that's right. So does that mean, I didn't say whether they were quarterly or not. Yeah, that one's summer, so it looks as though they're quarterly. So autumn or fall. Again, I'm not going to go through it, I just want to quickly. The book belongs to glasses, sea scenes. Beautiful. But you can see what I mean, you know, when I say I don't like a blank white page with black outlines. I need inspiration, I'm afraid. A bit of a dead loss. Never used to be, but that's how I am these days. So, as I say, I'll just flick through it. If it's something you particularly want to see, and I'm hoping you can see. Gosh, I bet you didn't see half of that. That's a Tim Holtz one, look. Custom colouring sheet. The ability to transform a black and white image into a mixed media masterpiece is easier than you might think. Distress crayons are water reactive. Oh, this is talking about, he's obviously used his distress crayons. They're water reactive pigments with the ability to blend colour over a surface layered with distress collage medium, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. Ah, fabulous. And there's the black and white image. Real possibilities. Beyond the colouring party. Bird Girl. This is from somebody on Etsy. Oh, it's a lovely cottage. I lived in a cottage similar to that. And my room was just like, the window was just like that. It wasn't mine, it was I rented. It was in my rented days. And I'm showing you, look how you can use your coloured pages on bangles and yeah, fabulous. Look at those. As I say, I hope you can see these. Just whiz past if you can't, and I'll try and find another way of ensuring that you can see what I can. Of course, you could transfer the excuse me. Oh dear, sorry. You could transfer your images onto fabric, make them into different things. Lovely. Oh, I hope that's not going to be me starting, because once I start, I have to take my inhaler. This is one of the first things I ever got, and I think it was on Amazon. It was next to nothing. We used to have what we called yellow pages. The yellow pages were the telephone book with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of telephone numbers. We don't have them now, but this is what it looked like, the telephone book, if you know what I mean. So this is a telephone doodle book. 150 doodles to complete while you're on hold. So that was a few doodles that I did on the front page. Love doodling. I could do that for hours and hours on end. That's another one. Nowhere near finished, of course, but lots going on there. That's one of my favourites, just the circles. That is one, the sort of diamonds, the scales of a fish, the tiles of a roof. You know, that's one of my first ever doodles. So that's a page that was sort of, that's all my doodling. On the page were just the three figures, I believe. So yeah, that's what got me going. Oh look, I mentioned the Humanant, a treated Victorian novel, Tom Phillips. Now that was one of the first altered books. So if you've got a copy, it's worth a bob or two, I think. If you can get a copy, do so. I love me altered books, I do. This is just a little little doodle on that page. More doodles. Cover up, old man. So he must have been in the noddy. And I've sort of done that. I'm just trying to read Tiptoe Bone. My favourites again. No, that must have been there because I didn't do that. That's nice, I like that. They were two butterflies that I've done one in black pen and one in sort of a silvery gel pen, sparkly. What's the name of them? Oh gosh, I can't remember now. You'll know what I mean, won't you? I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds by the way, of glitter pens, gold line pens, every pen and marker you can think of I've got. Let's just hope they were not all dried out by now, because it's a fair few years since I did this sort of thing. And then there's nothing else, that's all ready to do. And that's me, that's the story of my life. I get into these things, buy all the supplies, and then don't do it. That was one I got fairly recently, just ever such a cheap from the Works, I believe. It would have been $4.99, there's no way I'd have paid that, sorry. It would have been $4.99. I probably paid 99 pence, knowing me. I loved the colours. That's why I went for it, look. So I'd be able to see what colours to use. Wouldn't use the exact ones, I'd use my own, I suppose, but I've got that guidance. And everybody knows, I think, by now, how I adore my birds. The feathers, the wings, everything about them. I love birds in every which way you can think of. Which reminds me, hi Virginia V, watched your video today. Well, I've watched half of it on your gift from, and I can't think who it's from now, but you mentioned how you love birds. That's what made me think and to say hi. Yeah, so as I say, hasn't been touched yet, but it will do. There's my favourite little British garden bird, blue tit. I have loads of them up at my, I'm on a first floor flat, opposite quite a large wooded area, and I've just got a little bird feeder that only holds a scoopful of food, which I renew, well, this time of the year, just twice a day. Come the winter, it'll be umpteen times. And I get every bird that you can think of. I've had woodpecker there with a great big red front to it. I've had all sorts of birds. Love them. This is called the Posh Colouring Book. This is wonderful. I got this fairly recently from Amazon. By the way, any of my books that I buy, I try and buy them either when they're on Prime, because I have Prime membership. I buy them the cheapest way possible. And if the cheapest way possible is through a third party, you know, sort of a penny, the book, and £2.80 postage, I will do it. As long as they're like new. You know, you have to describe it when you're listing books. And it's got to be like new, with no, obviously, no scribbles and things, or half completed pictures inside. So this was very reasonable. Mad on him, Thomas Kincaid, the American ladies who know exactly who I'm on about, and most of the British people with these days. Painter of light, a Christian man who's just got a knack. I'm showing this, you know, who's got a knack for actually painting the light coming out of windows, you know, reflected in water. He's absolutely amazing, and he's brought out this colouring book so he can at last attempt to do something that he does. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, I'm absolutely over the moon. That's a nice English cottage again. Christmas scenes. There's the ocean. That reminds me of, although it's not a bridge at all, but you know, the bridge that looks like that in America. Bridges, so right, I'm going off on a tangent. It was reminding me of the film Bridges over Madison County. Mad on that film. One of my favourite films. And I love going on the website just to see the different bridges, because they're all very unique. So there you go. So that's, I'm so chuffed with it. So that's, and it's called a Posh Colouring Book. It was $12.99 US, 2016. And I don't know what I paid, but it wasn't a lot. I wouldn't pay a lot. Quickly, before I forget, I used to get, I've just stopped it. Well, I thought I'd stopped it a long time ago. But they kept sending it to me, because somehow they must have kept getting my direct debit details, which is a bit of a pain. Daphne's Diary, it's a fabulous magazine, but to do anything with the project you've got to pull the magazine to bits, which is good in a way, because you know you store magazines, don't you, forever and a day. Don't look at them. But no, it wasn't me, I'm afraid, so I've stopped having it. But they did bring out a colouring diary, sorry, a colouring book, which is fabulous. I managed to get 2 actually, and they're just 2 images I want to colour in myself, and perhaps frame, I don't know. Isn't she lovely, that girl? I think what I was going to do with her was actually use her as the basis for a flat doll, you know, or a tassel doll, something like that. But yeah, it's a fabulous book. So many, excuse me, variations. Lots of colour, lots of things to do. Look at the pomegranates. Mad on pomegranates, I am. You know, mostly coloured in, and just the odd ones for you to colour in. How superb is that? There's the one, my birds again. Lovely background, because I get stumped with my backgrounds. Flowers. That hand. It's fabulous. So if you can get hold of one of these, do so. It's fabulous. Time we brought out another one. Daphne's Diary editors. Because this was a little while ago. It's great. I love it. Look at that lace. What you could do with that. So delighted when I saw it. Look at the scissors and the buttons. So you can do your own buttons. Look. Look, that's all done by those 3 butterflies. I mean, how simple would that be, and how effective, and what satisfaction you'd get from that. Wonderful. So as I say, if you can get hold of it, please do. This was €8.95. Again, no idea what I paid for it. What's that? This was colouring book number 2. Oh, well, they did do a number 2, but it's not the same size, and it was a free one that was in the magazine itself. Daphne's Diary. Same sort of thing, look, with the birds and flowers. Gosh, I hope you can see this. I'm doing it too high, I'm sure. Oh, I wish I could see. Look at those cups and saucers with the bunny in there. Oh, I'm working on the project with cup and saucer. I'll show you when I've done it. Look at those. Oh, that's right. So I'm just wondering why this was loose. I took them out. I carefully took the staples because I don't want to rip them. So I can colour them flat. Look at this. This is what... Look. Isn't it fabulous? And then, you know, do whatever I want to do with them. Make them into a journal as well. That'd be a good idea. There's The Art of Nature. I love this as well because I love the ocean. Oh gosh, I love everything in the ocean as well. Whales I'm mad on. I love everything, honestly. And this is superb. 60 illustrations inspired by vintage botanical and scientific prints. This is by Adams Media, and it was in dollars again because I can't tell you without going onto my Amazon account how much I paid. $14.99. A stunning collection of nature-inspired prints. Wonderful. Quickly, quickly, quickly. So dragonfly, butterfly. I mean, you know, I said I didn't like white pages with black drawings. These are cream pages with grayscale, and I can cope with that. I don't know how many minutes I've been on this video, but I mean, jellyfish. Blooming things hurt like hell, but aren't they gorgeous? Sea urchin. I've been diving, went scuba diving in Jamaica, so I saw lots of those, and I actually pricked my finger, and the poison, when I pressed my finger, sort of spiralled up in the water. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. Oh, I love Jamaica. Didn't want to come home, I cried, didn't want to come home at all. Octopus, I love octopus. Seahorse, mad on seahorses. I'm mad on everything, as I say, nature-wise. Vegetables, fruit, toadstools, mushrooms, and so you go on. Lovely, lovely book. So I can't wait. Oh, and it's lovely texture, this is. It's like hammered paper. It's beautiful. Last but not least, and I got only the other day, this is what made me think I must show everybody this. Drawn to Nature. You may have seen a video I did. So I'm trying to think whether it's still on there, because I think it was lost. I did a video on a long time ago on my dried leaves, and you know how I used to coat them with different things and decorate them, etc. So when I saw this, I thought, oh, I can use my leaves in this, because it's really, I think it was intended for you to go out walking and you know, put your samples and everything in here. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Excuse me. Oh dear. Yeah, put your samples, etc. in. And I thought, oh, I can do something with my leaves at long last. So it's got the elastic there. And it opens up. If I put it down, do you reckon you can see that? So you've got an envelope which opens right out with lots of brown paper bags, some stickers, they're gorgeous stickers, for your samples if you were out walking, etc. You've got a pencil there, and then that's your first image of feathers, which I love. I pick up feathers wherever I go. Ours aren't very colourful, excuse me, but I still pick them up nevertheless. Sterilise them when I bring them home. This journal belongs to, and there's my lovely oak leaves, and then there's the start of Drawn to Nature. So it's encouraging you to draw what you see, basically. Introduction. So the images are marvellous in it. Seasons. See how there's the graph paper for you to either, you know, stick something in or try and draw it. Whatever you want to do. It's the most fabulous journal. If I flick through, that's better, because I'm not going to be able to show you everything. Go and get it. Please go and get it. You will not be disappointed. You will be pleased as Billio. Can you see? So much forest. bees and leaves and gosh, there's everything. Animals. Look at that lovely bear. The deer. It's brilliant. I love it. I'm so delighted with it. Look, bees. I love bees. We've got to look after the bees, otherwise we're going to have big problems in this world. Beetles, birds, of course. Look at him. Isn't he lovely? Beautiful. What's that on the back? Is that just the cover? No, I have an idea. Let me have a closer look. Ah, yes, that the journal actually comes out. I mean, it's secured at the minute with one of the little transparent dots, but it can actually come out, so you can put another one in there, you know, once that's completed, and start all over again. Isn't that marvellous? So that's my little homage to colouring and just doing everything that you love doing. Okay, as I say, I'm just hoping everything, you know, that you can see. If not, I apologise profusely, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Bye everybody. Bye bye.